Hey, what's up everyone, it's Chi. I'm so excited to get into explaining what these new pieces are about because I haven't done this type of video in over a year, I understand, because I didn't even do it for the Love of God collection. So for those that are new, I make one-of-a-kind pieces from vintage clothing, and I know I'm based in Los Angeles and I've been full-time for about the past year. So we'll start with this one. So this is one of the several Born Again shirts that I have available right now, and all these right here on the website. So the shirts, they still remain as the shirt, but then I add other shirts on top of it, and I literally add other shirts. Like I even keep the neckline and everything, and then on this one specifically I have this the Immortal Jellyfish embroidered on there, and I'll be explaining more of what that means in other videos and also in the Childlike collection, which is the official launch of the Born Again shirts. This one is really cool, the colors are cool, and yeah, someone should pick it up. This one right here, the first and only one so far that actually has denim stitched on top of it. And so when I got this one, I believe like around Sun Valley, California, and because I live in Los Angeles, like I mentioned earlier, but this one, it said Philadelphia Textile Mills on it. I was really digging the American flag, but I wanted to put CQC on top, and so a good friend lended me her embroidery machine, and so I used it for that, and I let it fray, and it came out a lot cooler than I thought. So I actually brought this to the last pop-up along with like a bunch of other stuff, but you know, this is size large, one of a kind. This one actually sold today. I have to pack this one up and deliver it tomorrow, but brother in Christ picked this one up for me. This one has like this, I wouldn't even call this tie-dye, but it's just an all-over pattern with some Hawaiian name on it. I believe this is like their signature fish. I don't even know. Someone should comment what this fish is if you can, or what that means right there. But it has a little baby shirt on the bottom with the CQC patch, and then I've cut up the front of the shirt and put it onto the front of this shirt. And I'll just stop to really explain what the Born Again shirts are really about. And so the Born Again shirts, they will be used to represent, you know, the childlike nature of a child of God, which is what I'm going to be going into with the next collection. But they also just, you know, they're lighter than sweaters, so you can wear them in the summer. And I personally like to wear my own thing, so I wasn't going to be wearing sweaters in June. But a lot of, you know, effort still goes into the shirts. I'm not really able to half do anything, honestly. It's just how I was raised. So we'll just get into the rest of the clothing. This one is all blue. Still has the shirt on the front and the shirt on the back. And so when I was designing these shirts, I didn't want to just, you know, put a scrap on a shirt and be like, oh, I upcycle something. Like I really wanted to come up with my own pattern layout. And so personally, I like putting a shirt on the back and a shirt on the bottom right. And to me, that kind of covers enough area, but not too much area at the same time, to where I can still fill the front or put something on the left chest, and it would still kind of be quiet but loud at the same time. So yeah, this one is a really good example of that, to where it's all sort of monotone. Again, I have a splash of the Immortal Jellyfish on the back. So yeah, and now this one right here is really cool. So this one is sort of a camouflage. Well, it is a camouflage, and then I have some brown patches on the front. So this is the tri-patch logo, and I'm a really big fan of branding without writing, to where, you know, you can look at it and you can tell where brand is from. That's why the Love of God collection, you know, it has paws on it and it has the balloon, because I feel like just putting the explosive CQC on the back is, you know, probably like fine for some people, but for me, I like loud statements, but I also don't like billboards. So I would rather, you know, just do something like this, to where if you know about it, you know that the tri-patch is, you know, like a CQC thing. But even if you don't know, you can still see that it's a nice arrangement, and that's what my goal is with these. And so this right here is an extra large, but it's cropped to about the length of like a medium or a small. It's not going to go above the belt, but it does just give a better look and proportion overall. Kind of like a biker sort of look, or it's not too grunge, but it's definitely a lot more contemporary. and also just not too revealing, but still stylish. So yeah, that's just some info for like the shirts overall. That's why if you were to look at the product photos, you'll see that a lot of them don't really have a bottom hem because I just chop it off. And I sort of got that from my friend Jeff. He would always do that with his shirts because he'd like love a shirt, but not like the size, so he just chop it, and it always looked good. And so I just, I went ahead and did that myself. But yeah, this one is fire right here. And as you guys know, I'm not allowed to keep my pieces, so because I would keep all of them, honestly. So more about how the shirts are made. If you look very closely at the front, you can see that I cut into the front of the shirt, and then that allows me to get to the other sides of the shirt, and then I close it up. And so on the underside, you can see where that seam is. And so it's really clean on the front, and it also just adds a nice texture. I mean, you can see it right here. It adds a nice texture on it to where, even if it's all the same color, because I've made some shirts that are black with just black patches all over it, or like the one you just saw, blue with blue all over it, it still adds like a different layer of texture and just gives it that Z space. And that's one thing that I really like in design, is just the usage of Z space, even if everything's the same color, because I'm a big texture person. Like I don't like screen print. I'll use it, like I'll repurpose screen print, but I'm not gonna introduce screen print into the type of things that I do unless I can. I have been actually looking into ways to make screen print look vintage, because I do like vintage screen print, but I just don't like when it's new and then it cracks and then it has the vintage. Like I'd rather just look vintage if I do. So maybe that's something you guys see down the line. But so yeah, I continue to make more things about the shirts for the YouTube. This is just all that I have in stock right now. And I just signed a deal with the store down on Magnolia by Portos. If anyone is living in the LA area, it's called Yes Baby Vintage. It's like a block down from Portos, and I'll be putting like a couple of dozen shirts in there, probably some collector's cubes, but mostly shirts. And so I'll be doing a little clothing rack thing for that when before I deliver it to the store. So stay tuned for that, and look out for this video on the Love of God pieces, because there's a whole lot of details in this, and I don't want to squeeze them into one video. So I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching.